So today I'm going to be showing you my vinyl collection that I have. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, subscribe and hit that like button. So yeah, let's get into this, shall we? So the first one we got is Queen, Greatest Hits. Wonderful, wonderful album. As you can see, here is the artwork on the inside. Now this is a double disc LP. I know it's torn right there. It's because I mounted all of my vinyls on the wall with command strips. It seemed like a good idea at the time, but now that I look back on it, probably wasn't that great of an idea. But that is vinyl number 1, Queen Greatest Hits. This next one is proper vintage. This one is pretty old. This is my Creedence Clearwater Revival album. It's pretty interesting because all of these pieces, see, pretty cool. There is Tom Fogerty, vocals. Stu Cook, bass. Doug Clifford, drums. And John Fogerty, guitar, vocals. Wait a minute, who was the first one? Oh, Tom Fogerty. Tom Fogerty was the first one. Guitar. Okay. Yeah, there's the back. I got this from my dad's buddy, Joe. He acquired this a really, really long time ago, so this is a pretty vintage vinyl, and I really, really adore Creedence Clearwater Revival. They had so many good songs. Green River, Proud Mary, Heard It Through the Grapevine, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Who Will Stop the Rain, Susie Q, Born on the Bayou. So many good songs by this band. If you've never heard Creedence, you have to listen to them. You just gotta. They're one of those bands that you just can't go through life without listening to at least once. Number 2 is going to be the Congos. These guys did the song Come With Me Now. That was the theme song for, what was that show called on Travel Channel? Expedition Unknown. It was the theme for that. This album does not have Come With Me Now, but oh yeah, and it doesn't open up either. It's just a regular vinyl case, but the name of the album is called Egomaniac. This is the back of it. Very, very nice. Very nice. I do love this album though, I do. It's a very, very nice album. So number 4 is going to be Jet. This is an Australian band. Hard rock is their genre. They didn't get really that noticed, but they had 2 really popular songs, Are You Gonna Be My Girl and Cold Hard Bitch, which were absolutely amazing songs, and I honestly love this band. They are one of my favorite rock bands, and I think they're just fucking great. This is the back of it. It's got a lot of really good songs on here. In fact, I don't think there's one song in this album that I don't like. Just a terrific, terrific album. Number 5 is going to be a band also from Australia. The Vines, one of my all-time favorite bands. They did Get Free, Out of the Way. They did the song for Borderlands, the pre-sequel, Black Dragon and Goodbye, which were amazing, amazing songs. This is a very, very good album. It's got some really, really good songs on here. One is also another band from Australia, but they are Scottish. They actually came from Scotland, but they lived in Australia. A lot of people don't know that about this band, but it is AC/DC, which is my favorite band of all time. And I know that sounds cliche because people think they're mainstream, but I don't listen to their mainstream stuff. I listen to their unknown stuff, but AC/DC is the shit if you like rock and roll. They are the fucking shit. They are the bee's fucking knees. But this is the back of it. It's very, very nice. Very nice. And this was one of their first albums, High Voltage. It had so many good songs. And it even has a song, It's a Long Way to the Top, which was played at the end of the movie School of Rock. So yeah, that is High Voltage by AC/DC. Next one is a absolutely historical band that has very historical significance on the scene of punk rock. The Ramones, Rocket to the Moon. This is a very, very good album. They are one of the best ever, and they are just incredible. They had Joey Ramone. His version of What a Wonderful World was gorgeous, and I loved it. This is the back of it. Very, very cool back. Very awesome. I just love this artwork. Just the cartoony, perfect stuff for the 80s and 70s. I mean, I think this band came out in the 70s and the 80s. I'm not exactly sure, but I do like the Ramones. I'm not exactly sure on the exact timeline, but I do like their music. Especially, I Want to Be Sedated. My Brain is Hanging Upside Down. That's my favorite song by them. Next one is Electric Frankenstein. These guys did a couple songs on the Tony Hawk soundtracks. Not sure which games, but they did a couple songs. They're pretty good. Not one of my favorites, but I do like them. They're pretty damn cool. Very, very good. That back is so badass. That's like some horrorcore shit. Even though it's not, it's like punk. Next one is by possibly the best proto-doom artist of the 1970s. Dio, better known as Ronnie James Dio. The fucking man. He did an album with Black Sabbath for 1 or 2 years, and it was Heaven and Hell. Definitely give that album a listen. It was amazing. But another album you should check out by Dio is damn, what was the name of that album? Man, I forget, but it had Rainbow in the Dark on it, and it had a couple really other good songs. I can't think of it, but I can picture the album artwork in my head. I know exactly what that album looks like. Holy Diver. That was the name of the album. Holy Diver. And this one is still sealed. It's very, very nice. I love this album. Next one is Ram Jam. These guys did the song Black Betty. I'm sure you've heard it. It's a very, very hard rockin', awesome song. I do really like this vinyl. You know, a lot of people think they only did Black Betty. They did a whole album, though. It's really surprising. Pretty good. They're not a bad band. They're actually pretty damn cool. They're pretty good. One is another one by AC/DC, but this is my favorite album that they ever did. Powerage. Besides Stiff Upper Lip, that was my other favorite album. But this album is just incredible. Powerage is really what defined AC/DC in the 1970s. It's just an absolutely incredible album. Really a lot of unknown hits on here, but like I said, this is my favorite album that Bon Scott did. Just incredible. Next one is Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. This is a awesome, awesome vinyl. Sounds amazing, and I honestly love Tenacious D. This movie was so funny, dude. It was so awesome. And fun fact, Dave Grohl actually played the devil in this movie. In case you don't know who that is, he was in Nirvana, and he is also the frontman for Foo Fighters. You know, it's interesting because when he first started Foo Fighters, he actually did all of the instruments, all the vocals by himself. But he called it Foo Fighters because he wanted people to think that it was an actual band, even though it was just him at the time. But yeah, that is Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. Next one is The Who. This is another proper vintage album. This came out a long time ago, and I got this also from my dad's buddy Joe. It's an awesome, awesome vinyl. Very nice. This one actually opens... Oh, it doesn't open up, I guess. That's the back. Very old. Very nice, though. Fun fact about The Who, their drummer... God, I forget what his name... Oh, Keith Moon. Keith Moon was his name. Funny story. When they were performing live in Great Britain on TV, he passed out on his drum set. And the reason why he passed out is because he took a fucking gorilla tranquilizer before the show even started. Dude, you talk about somebody who does insane drugs. That's just crazy. That is absolutely insane. But, I mean, hell, you know, I think that's pretty fucking cool, though. It's pretty badass that he did that and he lived. I'm probably fucked up for saying that, but Keith Moon was a badass. Next one is Cage the Elephant. This one has Ain't No Rest for the Wicked on it. God, I love this artwork. It's so magnificently beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And plus, this vinyl's amazing. This whole album was good. It was very, very awesome. They were a good band. They still are. I mean, they're just really good. Next one is my favorite garage rock band, besides the Vines, which is the Black Keys. And this is my favorite album they did besides Brothers. This is Magic Potion. It's an awesome, awesome album. And it is definitely worth listening to. The song that you really need to listen to on this album, though, is Just Gotta Be and Your Touch. Those are my favorite songs on this album, and in my opinion, they're the best on the album. They're just absolutely awesome. Next one is Van Morrison. I have not opened this one. This is still sealed, but I do like it. I like Van Morrison. Brown Eyed Girl is one of my favorite songs of all time. I really like his version, but I also like Everclear's version. However, my favorite song Van Morrison ever did was Gloria, and I know he didn't originally do that, but that is probably my favorite song that he ever did. This is the back of it. Man, you know what? He was good. He was incredibly good. Next one is by Kiss, which is Animalize. I got this at Half Price Books in Indianapolis. It's a really good album. Burn Bitch Burn was a great album. I mean, great song. And so was I've Had Enough, Into the Fire. And so was Heaven's on Fire. Heaven's on Fire was an awesome, awesome song. This is kind of when Kiss broke out of the makeup phase and they went into like the hair metal. I honestly love hair metal. It's too bad grunge killed it, but you know, shit happens and life goes on. But this kind of Kiss music will always have a special place in my heart. Next one is another AC/DC. For those about to rock, we salute you. This was the second album by Brian Johnson when they had him in AC/DC after Bon died. First one he did was Back in Black. Yeah, awesome album. Next one is Back in Black, which is the most selling album that AC/DC ever did. So many good songs on here. And you know, my favorite song that is on this album is Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. That and Shook Me All Night Long, and also, What Do You Do for Money? Yeah, those are my favorite songs from this album. Definitely give this album a listen to, but you can't just listen to one song. You got to listen to this album all the way through, and you will not be disappointed. Okay, next one. Gorillaz. This album had Feel Good Inc. on it. Gorillaz is a really good band. Like, I really do like them. They're pretty good. Whoops, it's stuck. Okay, this is the inside of the album. Very, very cool. Very cool artwork. Yeah, that's awesome. That's pretty badass. Here's the back. Pretty cool back. Reminds me of anime. One is a metal band from Iowa. If you can guess who this is, good on you, good for you. Then you know some good-ass music. Slipknot. My favorite album that they ever did. You know, Clown is actually the founding member of Slipknot. He is like the guy who started the band. Yeah, this back is awesome with the fucking Ouija board. That's badass. That is badassery at its finest. This is by one of my favorite artists of all time. I adore his music, and I really like his personality for who he is. He is an absolutely incredible artist and way too underrated. Here is the inside of the vinyl. Very cool. And this is also the poster that came with it. Yeah, that's pretty badass. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty badass. Pretty nice. And if you look right there, there's a dragon. I love dragons. Name of this album is You're Not Alone. Very awesome album. And I like it because he did some motivational speeches in this, which was really cool. One is a band that had Serge Tankian in it, one of the greatest singers in all of metal. System of a Down, one of the best bands of all time. Toxicity. This is my favorite album they ever did. It's got all my favorite songs on it. Prison Song, Chop Suey, Toxicity, Aerials. Awesome album. Very awesome. I'm actually looking at a CD that's signed by all these guys. It's literally like a $400 CD, but I would definitely get it. Now, I'm not a juggalo, but I thought I was at the time, even though I'm not. But I do really like ICP. I really do like their work. Their early work, not their later stuff. That shit sucks. I like their early stuff. This is the inside of the vinyl. That guy right there was one of the founding members of ICP. He actually died. It's too bad, but, you know, I'm sure he'd be proud of what ICP has accomplished over the years and how many people they've reached with their music. I mean, these guys changed lives. You know, people have come up to them and said, your music saved my life. I don't know how you would even react to something like that. That's just awesome. Next one is Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. I'm not a fan of anything that Katy Perry did after this album, and not necessarily even before this album. But it's a pretty cool vinyl. Pretty nice. She is just a gorgeous, adorable woman. I mean, I love her style of fashion. I love her style of music. She's just incredible. Incredible person. And I like to think she's a nice person in real life, too. I like to think that. But, you know, I could be wrong, could be right. Who knows? Now, here's a really good album by Bruce Springsteen. Oh, yeah. Very nice album. Bruce Springsteen is an incredible, incredible singer. One of the best ever. Now, this is my favorite Juggalo band. And you can say they're Magic Ninjas or whatever the fuck, but they're just Juggalos. You know, that's honestly my opinion. But Twisted is so badass. Now, this is not my favorite album by them. You will see that in a little bit. I will show you my favorite album by them, but this is just one of them. Now, this is my favorite ICP album, The Great Milenko. This had so many awesome songs on it. Halls of Illusions, House of Horrors, Piggy Pie, How Many Times, Boogie Woogie Woo, The Ned Game. Just an awesome, awesome album. And it sounds so good on vinyl. And my favorite proto-doom group, Black Sabbath. It's my favorite album because it had The Wasp and NIB on it. Man, this is an amazing album. Amazing. I think this one actually opens up. Yep, it does. Whoops, Bible's falling out. Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath. Upside down cross, symbol of the Antichrist. Very cool. Very, very cool. That's some dark, twisted shit. Now, this is one of my favorite heavy metal bands. 3 Inches of Blood. So awesome. They're more like scream metal, I guess, I would say. They're pretty cool, though. I do like them. Especially their singer. Their singer sounds fucking amazing. This is the inside. Reminds me of the Necronomicon, dude. That's pretty cool. That is pretty badass. This is the back. My favorite song on this album is Metal Woman. That song is so badass. Definitely give that a listen on Google Play or YouTube. Now, one of the best 60s bands, the Kinks, they did You Really Got Me Going. That was in a commercial a while back. They're very, very good. They're really awesome. But the next one I'm going to show you is my favorite 60s band of all time. This is the back of that album. It's pretty cool. This is my favorite 60s band of all time. And it's too bad this vinyl doesn't play very good. It didn't play good right out of the package, honestly. And I really wish it did, but it's just cool having this. Whoops. Yeah, very cool album. Very nice. And they're so fucking good. So amazing. Time of the Season, She's Not There, Tell Her No, The Way I Feel Inside, A Rose for Emily, just awesome. Now, AC/DC, Flick the Switch, one of my favorite albums that Brian Johnson did. Very good album. This House is on Fire, Rise in Power, Badlands, Bedlam in Belgium, awesome song. Oh yeah, and Guns for Hire. Very good album. One of my favorite metalcore bands, A Day to Remember. This is the Homesick album. Awesome, awesome album. Had so many good songs. Jimi Hendrix, Bold as Love. Great, great album. Very awesome. Had If 6 Was 9 on here. That's my favorite Jimi Hendrix song of all time. Besides Fire and Voodoo Child. Whoops. Here's the inside. Sorry about that. Camera's kind of screwing up. But yeah, that's a Jimi Hendrix vinyl. Very cool. Very awesome. Jimmy was the man. It just sucks he was taken way too soon. Now, Imagine Dragons. Very good band. They did It's Time. That song got me through some of my hardest times, I would say. Really gave me a lot of hope and faith. This was an awesome, awesome album, though. You know, I don't really like anything after this that they did. This is just an all-around great album. My favorite punk rock band ever, pop punk, I should say, or hardcore pop punk, Sum 41. Great, great band. So many good songs. Underclass Hero was my favorite album they did, though. Yeah, this is so freaking cool. Zombie makeup, that is awesome. So badass. Back of this. Now, this album has really, really good hard rockin' songs. Very, very awesome hard rockin' songs. Next one is a legendary band, ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. One of the greatest bands ever on Earth. And in the history of music, honestly. I love the inside of this. Freaking beautiful, man. So gorgeous. The name of this album is All Over the World, but it's got their greatest hits. Mr. Blue Sky, Evil Woman, Don't Let Me Down, Living Thing, All Over the World, Telephone Line. Dude, they just did so many awesome songs. Incredible, awesome songs. Next one is by the Rolling Stones. It's called Sticky Fingers. Has my favorite Rolling Stones song of all time, Can't You Hear Me Knockin', which was the opening song in the movie Blow with Johnny Depp. And it was during the scene when they were making the cocaine in the jungle. Very awesome movie. Definitely recommend it. Now this one, this is my favorite Twisted album, The Continuous Evolution of Lives. So freaking good. And check this out. This is what the vinyl actually looks like. It's so incredible. So cool looking. I've never seen a vinyl like this. Here's the inside of it. Jamie Madrox, Monoxide. Yeah, this album is just an awesome, awesome Twisted album. This is really when they're at their finest, I feel like. One is a legendary band that had Ginger Baker, Eric Clapton, all the best. Cream. Incredible, incredible group. Yeah, now that's trippy as balls. That's an awesome, awesome album cover in the back. That's really, really cool. Disraeli Gears. These guys were like a stoner rock, blues rock type band. Awesome. Awesome group. Definitely recommended. Now, this is one of my favorite vinyls that I have. My Paul Stanley solo album that Kiss did. They all did these solo albums back in the 70s, and honestly, every single one of these albums was amazing. So good. That's my favorite song, though. Tonight You Belong to Me. That's my favorite song in this entire album. Next one is Eminem, The Eminem Show. You know, I like Eminem, but he's definitely not one of my favorite rappers. I mean, I do like him, but he's not my favorite. I think there's a lot better rappers than him, honestly, in my opinion. And you guys can hate me all you want for me saying that, but I honestly don't give a shit, because I've heard rappers that are 10 times better than him, that are hardcore, underground, horrorcore, all kinds of good shit, honestly. My favorite rapper of all time is Vinnie Paz from Jedi Mind Tricks. He is, honestly, hands down, one of the best rappers in the game, in my opinion. He is absolutely, absolutely mad, real, incredible, crazy, batshit crazy, awesome rapper. That's all I can say. In my opinion, he should be the one that replaces Eminem. Now, this is my favorite alternative band of all time, Jimmy Eat World, and this is my favorite album they did, Futures. One of their songs on here actually helped me get clean in the past from drugs. Drugs Are Me. That's a song that really got to me the most. And this band really saved me in some of my darkest times, honestly. It's a very moving, incredible band, and I just love what they've done with their music. So meaningful, so purposeful, so much purpose, so much meaning. Just beautiful, beautiful, deep meaning music. Oh, this one opens up too. I forgot. Oh, I already showed you that. My bad. I forgot. Sorry, my memory's kind of short. Now the next one is Neon Trees, Habits. Really good album. Their lead singer is one of my favorite singers of all time. One of my favorite vocalists ever. Forget his name, but very good guy. Very good album. Very good singer. Very good music. So, yeah. That is the last one of the list. Okay, so that is my stack of vinyls that I have. Those are all of them. I'm going to be getting a few more in the mail, and I'll do an unboxing video when I get those. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Love you guys.